Hello everyone, and welcome once again to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to derive a quadratic equation from the roots of its equations. Now, in one of my videos I did show how you can derive the roots of a quadratic equation using factorization method. But today we want to do the reverse. If you're given the roots of a quadratic equation, how do you go about getting that equation? And today we're looking at two methods on how to do that. Now let's go to the board and see the examples that we have there. The question is, find the quadratic equation whose roots are a, 2 and 3, and b, minus half and 1 and a half. So we're using two different methods for the both of them, but I'll show you that you can use either of the methods interchangeably and you still get the correct answer. So for the first one, find the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 and 3. Now, as you can see on the board, I wrote the quadratic equation general form, in which we have our coefficient of x squared plus coefficient of x plus c, which is a constant, is equals to 0. And you all know that at the end of the day, you're going to get two values for x. X will be equal to a value, or x will equal to another value. Now, what we have here are the roots of the equation, which is those values that you're going to get at the end of when you solve a quadratic equation to get the roots of the equation. So these are the roots of the equation, which means that x is equals to 2 or x is equal to 3. Now, all you have to do is do the reverse. The reverse, that is, usually you find the solution to a quadratic equation to get the roots of the equation, but now you're going to use the root of the equation to get the quadratic equation, so you're going to do the reverse. So what you do in this case is that x is equals to 2 or x is equals to 3, you move 2 to this other side. And since 2 is positive here, and when you move to this side, it becomes negative, which will now be equal to 0. You do the same for the other side, which is what? You move this over here, it will now be x minus 3 is equal to 0. Hope you're following me so far. Now what do? You bring them together, x minus 2 in bracket x minus 3. And then you expand the brackets. What do? You expand the brackets. And of course, by now we should know how to expand the brackets. This will multiply everything here, and this will multiply everything here. So let's start with this. This multiply everything here will give you x times x will give you x squared. X times minus 3 will give you minus 3x. You go to here, minus 2 times x will give you minus 2x. Minus 2 times minus 3 will give you plus 6, which is equals to 0. So now what do? You simplify the equation. X squared by collecting the like terms. You have an x and an x here, minus and minus. What do? You add the minus together, which is minus, and this, which will give you minus 5x plus 6, which is equals to 0. Since we have this and this, they are common, you add them together, you keep their negative sign. This is negative, and add this together. So it will now be minus 3x minus 2x will give you minus 5x plus 6. So at this point, you are now done. This is the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 and 3. Once again, you do the reverse. You equate the x to the two roots. You take them to put to the other side, and then you now expand them. And when you expand them, you simplify, and you get your quadratic equation. Now let's go over to the other question, and now I want to show us the second method on how you can derive a quadratic equation using its roots. Now, as you can see on the board, the two roots given are minus half and 1 and a half. And you can see I also have something else written on the board, which is a formula. This is a formula that you can use to derive the quadratic equation whose roots are known. Now, how does this formula work? You can see here we have x squared, which is the highest power for a quadratic equation. Then we also have a plus b and an x outside the bracket plus ab. And now we've seen the meaning of this. This a plus b simply means the sum of the roots, which means you're going to add the two roots together, and the value you get there, you're going to put inside here. Then AB is the product of the roots, which means you're going to also have to multiply the roots together, and the value that you get, you're going to put there. So now let's go ahead and do that. So for the first one, which is A plus B, we're going to add, it says sums of the roots, sum of roots. We're going to add these two roots together. So when you say minus half plus 1.5, what is it going to give to us? You can interchange it, and you will say 1.5 based on their symbol. This is 1.5 and minus half. It's going to give you 1. So A plus B is equal to 1. Now let's go to the second one, which is AB. AB is, we're going to multiply both this and this together. So we have half times minus 1/2. So just convert this to an improper fraction. This times this plus this, 3/2 times minus 1/2. Multiply the numerators. 3 times 1 is 4. Sorry, 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Then multiply the denominators. 2 times 2 is 4. Don't forget the minus sign. So now we have the sum of the roots, which is equal to 1. We have the product of the roots, which is equal to minus 3/4. So what do? We now take these two values and put them in the equation. So you write your x squared minus, in bracket you have your sum of the root, which is 1. So you put your 1 x. You have your plus AB. AB is going to give you what? Minus 3/4, which is equals to 0. So now what do you do again? What you're going to do now, you're going to now, anywhere that you need to simplify, you simplify or expand. So in this case now we have x squared minus 1 times x is going to give you minus x plus, not plus, we have plus times minus 3/4. So plus times minus is equal to what? Minus. So it's now be 3/4 is equal to 0. Now you can see that we have a fraction for a constant, which will not go very well. So we have to eliminate this fraction in this constant. So what do? We multiply all through by 4 to eliminate this fraction. So everything that is here we multiply it by 4. That will now give us 4 times x squared, 4x squared. 4 times minus x is minus 4x, and then 4 times minus 3/4 times 4, cancel this out, equals to 0. So the equation, or the quadratic equation, whose roots are minus half and 1.5, will now be equal to 4x squared minus 4x minus 3. And it's very clear. So if you have any problem understanding, you can go through the whole process. This is one method. You can use this method or you can use this method, but either way, if you use any of the methods, it will give you the correct answer. So that's all for today's video. If you found this video very helpful, please give it a like, a thumbs up, and also hit the notification bell to get informed of when I drop my next video. Also, if you have any comments to make, please drop in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.